president do in that atmosphere? It seems that Donald Trump wants to defer to the states, but still remains committed to making sure that Democrats at the federal level don't federalize abortion on demand up until the minute before a baby's born or even the minute after at taxpayer expense. And that's something we need to make sure that we're standing up to. And I think voters still want to hear their prospective candidate say that. So I do think that the landscape has changed some. This is definitely an issue that's going to get debated because I think Democrats feel like they have a good deal of offense they can generate because of the space being opened up by the overturning of Roe. And so I predict whether or not the box has been checked, it'll get discussed in the debate.
All right, Coach. So let me ask you this question: Is offense the best? I mean, in that clip I played, he was on the offense. He was putting Hillary Clinton on the defense in the 2022 midterm elections after the overturn of Roe v. Wade. Republicans were on the defense because they weren't talking about the sanctity of human life and what this next chapter in life looked like. So as Donald Trump goes into this debate on Thursday night with Joe Biden, does he need to be on the offense?
He does in every way. And there's a lot of offense for him to generate, whether it's the economy, immigration, or even on the life issue, because to this day, Democrats continue to try and pass a law that would legalize abortion on demand up until the minute before a baby's born at taxpayer expense. And that is not popular. I'm not a pollster, but I've seen data. And I know for a fact that that position is unpopular with a majority, probably greater than 90% of the American public is against late-term abortion. And most of the public doesn't know that that is the position of the Democrats. In the House and the Senate, virtually no Democrats voted against the bill legalizing abortion up until the minute before a baby's born at taxpayer expense. And so, yes, Trump should be on offense on that issue as well as all of the other issues, whether it's the economy, energy, immigration, crime, so many different things where the public en masse believes Joe Biden has been a complete failure.
Well, Brett O'Donnell, in 2020, if you recall, I know that's a long time ago for people to remember, but Joe Biden was the moderate. Remember, he was going to be the middle of the road Democrat compared to some of the radicals that were running in the Democratic primary. So Donald Trump was having to take on someone who had been vice president, had been a senator, had never really had to own up to a lot of these policies. In fact, when he used to be for the Hyde Amendment. That is, Joe Biden used to be for it. So I would say, you say things have changed. I think the landscape would change where Joe Biden is no longer the moderate. He's no longer the middle of the road guy. He has a long stream of radical policies that he has pushed forward in the last 3.5 years.
Absolutely. Joe Biden has been taken hostage by the radical left of his party. And so, Joe Biden isn't a moderate. There aren't any moderate Democrats. There are just liberals and liberals in the Democrat Party. Joe Biden is a liberal. And he's been taken hostage by the liberals, the extreme liberals of his party, and to the point where he is radically extreme, whether it's on the transgender rights issue, boys playing girls' sports, the redefinition of Title IX, an open border, a taxpayer funding of abortion. It doesn't matter what issue you look at. Joe Biden is a radical leftist liberal who is behind policies that have completely failed America and are ripping our country apart, whether it's defunding the police, supporting some of the radical protests that occurred in 2020, or now coddling pro-Hamas, anti-Semitic protesters, like he did with the protesters in LA. Instead of standing up to them, telling them that the Department of Justice would be coming for them, he sends out this mild-mannered tweet so he doesn't offend the pro-Hamas Palestinian protesters that he needs, or he thinks he needs, to win this election. Joe Biden isn't concerned about a two-state solution in the Middle East. He's concerned about the two states of Minnesota and Michigan. Those are the states he cares about.
Should Donald Trump then really zero in on those radical positions that Joe Biden has taken, contrasting that with himself on the other side?
Absolutely, because none of those positions are popular with the American public. We know that the majority of people in this country are not anti-Semitic. The majority of people in this country do not sympathize with terrorists. The majority of people in this country believe in restrained government spending and lower taxes. The majority of people in this country don't believe they should have to scrap their gas stove or their gas burning car. Majority of people in this country don't believe in